So for the past, I would say week now, I've been talking about Sword and Shield booster boxes pretty often, mainly Fusion Strike and Brilliant Stars, because those were the ones that were moving the most. And during this time period, I was saying, you know what, if you could find any deals for any of these boxes for Fusion or Brilliant, I'd be picking them up. But there were still some other good options. I was saying, you know what, these other ones that aren't moving yet, those are the ones you probably want to start buying before they start moving up, because it could be any day when they start moving. And I kind of got to give myself credit because I saw this sort of come in and I was talking about it, and it's happened. Guys, if you're holding on to anything Sword and Shield, do not sell. Literally everything is going up. It's actually getting kind of ridiculous. I don't know what's going on. Is it this maybe some new creator or influencer? I don't know what's happening, but literally the past few days, I don't know if it's FOMO or just everybody now following the Sword and Shield train. I'm not sure, but there's been a huge influx in sales for these other booster boxes, not just Brilliant or Fusion, for Astral, Lost Origin, Chilling, Silver. All these boxes have been seeing crazy amounts of increase in sales, literally on this one day as of recording this. So, I'm going to say it, same thing I said with Brilliant and Fusion. These boxes have moved up significantly within the past day. Look locally. If you want to buy any of these boxes that have recently moved up, locally is your best bet because it's unlikely. I mean, there's probably nowadays a lot of people checking every single day for prices, but you might find some straggling deals out there because there's some boxes that moved up significantly, literally in one day. I would look locally. eBay, you may be able to find a few deals here and there, but I mean, at this point, there's just so many sales on TCG Player. I think a lot of people are realizing this. I've been noticing, this listings I was showing you guys literally from a few days ago. They're all gone now because they've all gotten bought out. So, I don't want to be the one to cause FOMO, but every single time, I've talked about, you got to kind of buy now for Sword and Shield. Things are going to move up. I've sort of, I guess, like I said, I don't want to give myself too much credit, but I've sort of been right on it because I feel like this stuff at this point is kind of obvious. This stuff is just selling very fast, and you gotta act before other people do, because if you wait for other people to act, prices are gonna move up significantly, especially for these boxes in the higher price points. Price jumps are a lot bigger. So I'm gonna show you guys how crazy these price jumps have been for these boxes. The huge influx in sales we've been seeing here is pretty insane. Now, in the title, I think I used the word buyout. I wouldn't consider these to be buyouts, but I had to use some sort of terminology to explain that sales have drastically increased. It's pretty insane. So the first one here, I did not expect this whatsoever. Aster Radiance. Are you guys seeing this right in front of me? $350 for Aster Radiance booster boxes. Now, how did it get to this point? Look at the sales volume. You look at the whole month, nothing, right? Not really anything. One day, this is what I was talking about. It could be any day for any of these boxes. One day, 20 sold. Now, if you look at and see how many were bought, you can see there was 3 people that bought a good amount of quantity, and that's all it took. And look at where prices are now. So they haven't yet to be sold at 350. This is just the lowest listed, but it's something to be said that how quickly prices can jump. Once this sells, it sets a new market price, recent sale, prices just keep going up. It's insane to see Aster Radiance at this point at 350, but it shows, like I said, any day, any of these boxes can go crazy. Aster Radiance did that, and it only took one day, and this is where we were at. So it was just at around $300. Now it's at 350. If you go on eBay, really not that many deals out there. I found this one listing for 275. I don't know if it's a reputable seller or not. There's one here for 285, but it looks kind of damaged. But the other ones here that I've been seeing are around in the $300 range. So really not much out there for Aster Radiance. There's like almost no listings for booster boxes for some reason. So kind of interesting to see that Aster Radiance is kind of hard to find. But yeah, Aster Radiance, really no deals out on eBay other than I guess that one I saw. So yeah, things are getting pretty scarce out here. And another one, look at the past few days for Lost Origin. Look at the sales volume. I'm telling you, this stuff can flip overnight. Lost Origin, look at what we're seeing here. By the time you're watching this video, the prices may be in the mid 400s. That's all I'm going to say. So as you can see here, recently, one sold for 420, but someone else has recently listed. But look at this, guys. Look at what we're seeing here. Look, 420, right? That's around where we're at right now. There's 2, 3, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 boxes, then we hit 450. So like I said, by the time you're watching this, we might be in the 450s at this point. Who knows? But just 12 boxes, we're at 450. And look, after this, right? We're at what, like 20 boxes. Look how fast this goes up to 500. Look, there's a few boxes here. 500. Stuff can happen so quick in this market, and it's crazy. But Lost Origin, all that supply I was talking about a few videos ago, where Lost Origin may not go up for a while, I was wrong, because look at the sales volume, just everything. Sword and Shield, you have to act now. I'm telling you, especially, I would say out of all these boxes, I'd probably be buying right now. Lost Origin, if you can find for $400 or under, I'd be picking up that first. Even still, the other ones, if you can find any deals for those, still, yeah, they're all great buys. But specifically Lost Origin, I'd be picking up this box, because it's just a very strong set. The Guillotine is one of the best all arts in this era. If you can find Lost Origin booster boxes for 400 in good condition, I'd be picking up pretty immediately. Now, if you go on eBay, you are still able to find some for the low 400s. Like, they're not anything crazy. Like, you're not getting a discount for TCG player. Listing here for 420. I don't know if this is a good seller or not. There's a listing here for 500. Case here for like 2700, which I don't know how much that comes out to. It's definitely still over $400. You can see there's 450, 450. There's a bid for 400. So you can see there's really no deals out here, right? You can see it's getting pretty scarce. Like I said, any of these you can find $400 or something, I'd be picking them up. Sword and Shield is just overall, everybody is buying them out. So yeah, something to think about. Any of these boxes, I'd be checking locally. It's getting hard to find, guys. Now next here, Chilling Reign. Look at what we're seeing here. Same thing with, Astral. Really no good amount of sales throughout the month. One day, 29 boxes sold. 29 boxes of Chilling Reign sold. Now if we look at recent sales, there's been, one person buying 12, one person buying 5, one person buying 3. It's all it takes. And then we're up to this price now. Recently, some have sold for 380. We're at 387. Guys, these price jumps are so insane. Like, let's just look here. So there's 4 boxes on this page. Look how quickly this goes up. You can see this page, there's what, maybe like 10, 15 boxes. Look at the next page. It goes up 500. It's crazy, the price jumps we can see here with these. But yeah, Chilling Reign, another box. Didn't look like it was going to do much. One day, 29 boxes sell. Next, if you go on eBay, you will see that these are getting harder to find in the low 300s. You can find them for around $400, but I'm telling you, any box for a little bit under market, they're just literally all bought out at this point. There's a case here for 2,500. I'm pretty sure I found some listings. I don't know if it was for Chilling or some other box for a decent amount under market, but at this point, they've all sold. They're all pretty much gone. And yeah, you're basically paying market for these at this point on eBay, but at least you get to see the condition of the box you're buying. So even Chilling Reign at this point switched very quickly in price. Now lastly here, we have Silver Tempest. Now this one hasn't moved up really in price, but still, same thing as all these other boxes, increase in sales compared to the rest of the month. Huge increase. You can see here, this one didn't actually get bought out, I guess, technically as much as the other ones because there wasn't anyone buying like a case or more. There was somebody buying like 4 of these, but still 50 boxes, pretty big increase from other days. It's at 300. This one, though, there is a lot of supply, but just looking at the sales volume we're seeing here, the amount of supply we're seeing, like here, there's a bunch at 300. Even on this next page, there's a bunch in the low 300s. In a few days, this could all be gone, so I wouldn't discount it. Silver Tempest, any Sword and Shield, I'm telling you, Chilling Reign and up. All those boxes, except for Battle Styles. I haven't even mentioned Battle. If you've noticed, all these videos, I haven't even mentioned Battle Styles because it's not even worth talking about. Battle Styles, I don't know if it's going up, to be honest, but I think it's around $200. But anyways, I don't want to talk about Battle Styles. Silver Tempest, still, even though it hasn't gone up like, Astral, I'd be buying now when it hasn't gone up because this, in my opinion, will go up like Aster Radiance. It's just a matter of a little bit of time here. So Silver Tempest, you can find like a few listings for in the low 300s. There's a listing here, but it looks damaged for like under 300. There's really, like I said, there's no deals out there on eBay. You're just paying market price, but the only advantage you're getting on buying here, you actually get to see the product, the exact box you're buying, so you can see the condition. So I guess one listing here for 283. So you may be able to find some deals. We can actually click on this one to see this seller, 94% feedback. That's not bad. Looks like a clean box. Could be worth looking into, but by the time you're watching this, it's probably already gone. So yeah, everything's moving up. Um, I've been talking about Sword and Shield every day for the past like week, and it's kind of funny how I think things kind of set up to be like this. Kind of a coincidence, in my opinion, that I've been just consistently talking about it and it's going up. But hey, I've been just calling it. I really saw, some of these boxes going up pretty soon, even though Fusion Strike and Brilliant were really the only ones really moving. I knew this was going to be like a domino effect, right? I didn't know it was going to be this fast or this extreme, but it's happened. So act now. Like I said, if you can't find any good deals online, check locally. Locally, there might be some deals, people not paying attention to prices. You may be able to snag some deals because prices literally can jump like crazy in one day. I mean, Aster Radiance boxes went from like 300 to 350. We saw Fusion Strike jumping from 500 to 700 in a few days. That's where I would be looking. But hey, maybe check also some other websites online. Maybe there are some deals out there as well. So overall, Sword and Shield. You know, if you want to get in before these all these boxes reach like the $500 range at this point, which doesn't seem unrealistic, and some reaching $1,000 like Fusion, I'd be buying now. I mean, I know it's all perspective, and we see these boxes that were once 200, $300 going to 400, $500. We're like, wow, this is really expensive. I mean, look at Sun and Moon, for example. If you look at all those Sun and Moon boxes when we thought they were expensive at $1,000, a lot of those boxes, like Cosmic, Unbroken Bonds, all those that used to be like $1,000 like a year ago, they're all like $2,000 at this point. So it's just perspective. A lot of this stuff moving now, this is just another leg up. They're gonna keep moving up. So this is your time to act if you want to get in. And yeah, if you don't want to pay $500 for a lot of these boxes, I'd be buying now. It's just a time to buy. And honestly, this is probably the smarter stuff to buy because recently we've been seeing maybe some signs that these newer products for Scarlet and Violet may be getting reprinted a lot. Maybe they're starting to put a lot more supply out there. So if you're worried, this is where you want to put your money, and you want to buy before the stuff really starts moving, and things are moving right now. So you got to act fast. Don't want to cause FOMO, but it is what it is. It's the reality of the situation. People are buying all these boxes, and we're seeing a huge influx in sales in Sword and Shield. So just want to update you guys once again, talking about Sword and Shield. I'm on a streak here talking about it. I'll probably talk about it again tomorrow, but prices are in sales are moving significantly, and you got to act now if you want any of these before they see some crazy price moves. So that's all I want to say here. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.